Hey, what's up guys, Turlags here, bringing you what may actually be the final video of this channel. This was something that was kind of hovering over my mind these past few days, but I think a combination of different events that transpired these past few days, including in the coming days when my birthday comes up, made me reflect on a bunch of different things, and ultimately I decided that after I filmed this video I'm gonna be quitting Lord of Dice Global. But I felt that because I put so much time into this game and resources into this game, I felt that it would be a good idea to at least, give some closing statements for this game. I've played this game almost exactly 3 months. The game was first released on January 29th, and I think I pre-registered for this game a month before that day. I think I found an ad over my Instagram posts, and that's how I found out about this game. Couple things I want to go over today. I want to go over my experience playing Lord of Dice Global non-stop for almost 3 straight months. Today is April 22nd. Yeah, so almost 3 months. I'm going to go over the pros versus the cons of this game as I see it. I think that this game has a lot of positives, but also a lot of negatives as well. And I think I probably gave this game more benefit of the doubt than I probably should have. I felt like this game had so much potential, and I looked into the Korean Twitter, the Japanese Twitter, kind of to get a feel for what the future of Lord of Dice Global might turn out to be, and whether or not there would be any live events for this game, which it's looking like the chances are pretty slim. I'll also talk about the true cost of this game, going over the monetary components to this game, like how much it costs to get most of the event rewards, the amount of time it takes to continue to play this game at a high level, what's required. I'll let you know in case you do decide to continue this game. Hopefully what I tell you from my experience learning the in and outs of this game will save you some time. I also want to go over the current state of the game, what I think will be, whether this game I think is successful now and whether it might still be successful in the future. I'm going to go over why I'm quitting this game, and then end with some closing thoughts. So first I'll go over my experience playing Lord of Dice Global. I think this game has a lot of potential, and there are a lot of positives, but there are also a lot of negatives as well. So going over the positives, I think my most favorite thing about this game is the art. If you look at the art of all these dicers here, I think the artists really should give them a pat on the back. I think, and the voice acting too. I think the voice acting is great. Some of my favorite dicers, like Rock Crawler here from this event that's about to end, Diana, who was featured at the start of this game. Really amazing artwork, animated everything. And who else? Sonia. Anyways, the art in this game is amazing, and I think that is one of the huge points, or one of the huge reasons that I got pulled into this game in the beginning. Was I don't think I've seen many games as pretty as this one. That's a mobile game. Aside from maybe the cinematics from like Final Fantasy Brave Exvius or those kinds of games, the art style of this game is my kind of art style. It was also a very different game from the ones that I've played in the past. I've played, Hearthstone, Clash of Clans, a bunch of other mobile games, and I feel like a lot of the popular games are leaning towards the collectible trading cards that, cycle every 2 years. And I wanted to play a game where whatever I acquired would be, I could use it again and again over the course of, all content in this game. It wouldn't be like, after 1 to 2 years, then something rotates out of standard. There's nothing like that. Whatever dicers you acquire in this game, you end up, like, you can use them across all content. Of course, certain content like the Descent challenges, they do put restrictions on the kinds of classes you can use and masters you can use, which I don't know why they even do that. It just, I don't like that aspect of it. But anyways, I also thought it was really cool, playing on a board with dice. I think that was another thing that attracted me to this game. I think one big disappointment for me was that there were no CG effects in this game. I was kind of expecting actual movie cutscenes like they did in the trailers. If you go to their YouTube channel and you play the trailers, it's I think some of them are animated, but in the game it's pretty much speech bubbles and maybe little chibi characters that will appear every now and then or move every now and then. What I found a little disappointing was that halfway through Infinity Tower, where you can play out the stories. I've unlocked everything, so you can't see it here. But when you first play the game and clear a new level, there are certain cutscenes that you can watch unfold, and it tells a story, and it's pretty much all speech bubbles. And the voice acting is really good in this game, but for some reason halfway through, I think maybe right around floor 13, that's when they stop with the voice acting. So it's just purely speech bubbles, and I thought that was actually one of the red flags for me midway through my 3 months time playing this game. Was I was expecting for them to go all the way, like, don't just have voice acting for the first couple scenes of the story, actually voice act every single scene in the story. And it's looking like ever since floor 13 and onwards, I think the voice acting stopped, and I think it's looking like there's not going to be any more voice acting here on out. So that's actually one of the disappointing things. Another disappointing thing for me, I think, with this game is just how much RNG there is and how unforgiving the RNG can be. For those of you guys who are new to the game or have never played it and are wondering if you should, with the way this game works, not only is the kind of dicer you acquire randomized during a summon, but the move number of the dicer is completely random. And the move number is what allows you to travel X amount of tiles across a board map. And there are certain situations where having a dicer to be a particular move number is crucial. For instance, with the melee dicer, it's basically you need a 6 move melee if you want to have the best melee dicer. Or, certain content, you don't want too many dicers of the same move number. As you can see with my main team, if you want to be able to traverse the map and land on the tiles that you want. You pretty much need to diversify your team, have one of each move number from 1 through 6. And this, in order to make this happen, this may require you to not use a dicer that you actually want to use. Just to give an example here, the latest event dicer that I acquired, Rock Crawler, she is a move 4. I wanted her to be a move 6 so that I could continue to use my Thornet. I guess that's not really a big deal, but you know, with all the RNG in this game, it's just nice to, when you finally get something, to actually be able to incorporate the dicers seamlessly into my team. And with the RNG of not only the type of dicers you get, but also the move number it comes with, just the combination of all that RNG just makes it so that it's hard to, I'm just never happy with my team. And I think one big downside to this game, if RNG is really against you, is you end up with an incomplete dicer. Now, as you can see here, this dicer here, many of you who play this game already know that she's one of the best dicers in this game. But in order to unlock her full potential, you need to have 2 copies of her. This applies to not just Kitsune, this is all dicers. And so, you know, I've played this game 3 months now and I've only gotten 1 copy of her. And if you go to my index, if we go to my index here, I haven't unlocked a single copy of Malite, which is also not necessarily like a crucial dicer to clear content, but she, if you have her on your team, she just makes your life so much easier with survival and whatnot. I don't have a single copy of her. So now obviously, now for me at least, it's not just the RNG that is making me quit this game. There's other things in my personal life and whatnot that, you know, I realize I cannot keep investing the amount of time and resources that I have been into this game. But that the RNG certainly doesn't help. Alright, so I'll bring up more pros and cons as I go. I'm kind of just freestyling this, but now going over the true cost of this game, I think this is something very important for you to know, and you know, I think it would be good for you to hear this from someone who's actually spent some money on this game. Actually, in my case, I did spend quite a bit. Just to give you an idea, I did buy, I think, 4 packages of the 5-star runes. I bought, I think, 2 packages, so that's 400 already, right? And then 2 of these packages, so that's another 100. I did get the pajama package for Raven, as well as the pajama package for Yuri, and I think they were 40 each. And then for this package right here, which if you're going to spend anything on this game, this is probably the most bang you can get for, you know, the money you put in. I think this is $10 for 12k gems. I've been doing this every month, so that's another $10 per month, and this 3 months, so 30. Anyways, I've spent quite a bit on this game. Probably not the most in this game compared to other people, but definitely one of the higher spenders on this game. And for me, you know, this isn't like impulse spending. I create a budget every month. I work 56 hours per week at 2 jobs, so it's not like I'm spending all my income on this. Everything's calculated. I put a cap on everything I spent on, and I made sure that I maximized every dollar that I could in this game. And even so, I still missed out on a lot of content, guys. Just to show you here, I never unlocked Requiem. I never unlocked Beholder. That was the second cube event. Never unlocked Lilith. I think she was the third cube event. I never unlocked Saite, which I think was the fourth cube event. But I did splurge on the fifth and sixth cube events for what's their names? For Anna and Rockcrawler, respectively. And there's going to be another cube event in 2 days, and I think if I was still playing this game, I would splurge even more on this. And, you know, prior to me playing this game, I told myself I would never spend anything on a freemium game ever again unless I was creating content. I told myself if the only way I can justify this is if A, I was having fun, which I was having fun with this game, B, if I was working extra hours so that I could afford this game, which I did, and then if my brain just scattered for a moment there. But anyways, since I create content on this game, it seems like aside from maybe 2 other people, I'm the only one doing it, and I think I'm probably the one who creates content the most in this game. I felt, well, it doesn't make sense to create new content if I'm not taking advantage of any of the events, right? Because it would be kind of boring to watch a content creator who never played any of like the latest dicers and that sort of thing. So for me, it was a hobby that I felt, you know, I try to be as productive as I could with this game as possible, and this game I felt had so much potential, and I was willing to help the game out, you know, because the artists, they put, you know, a lot of effort into this, obviously, with, you know, the voice acting, the artwork. They should be compensated for it. And for those of you guys who have been playing this game for 3 months, you know that with regards to the current state of the game, people are quitting left and right. Unfortunately, the advertising for this game is not that good. There doesn't appear to be any upcoming events planned for this game like they do in, say, Korea or Japan. I think even in the Philippines they had a competition at one point, a tournament, and you know, another red flag for me was I couldn't find any video footage of the tournament. So I have no idea what the tournament format is like. And when I think about it now, I'm not even sure how you could even create a tournament format for a game like this. Maybe like present a boss that no one's ever seen before. I don't know. But I was really hoping that something like this, you know, cosplay competitions or photo booths, or let me scroll down here. If you look in the Korean Twitter, they have some promotional events where you can get cool swag for, you know, Lord of Dice Global. I can't seem to find it right now. And I think in Japan as well. But anyways, it doesn't look like here in the US or wherever they, I guess global, so I guess, you know, the entire globe. I don't think there's any events planned. Which, you know, if you look at Hearthstone or what Clash of Clans used to be, part of what made the game so fun was having high-level people take the game to levels you wouldn't really imagine otherwise. They made the game even more fun. Those, you know, live streams on Twitch and whatnot. I don't foresee that happening to Lord of Dice Global, and I'm not really sure if Lord of Dice Global will last. I've played certain mobile games where the game died completely, like Final Fantasy, I think Airborne Brigade. I think it was out for 2 years and then completely died. Now, obviously, this game is a lot better than the one I just mentioned. This game is better than a lot of other games. I've played a lot of mobile games, and this game I thoroughly enjoyed, but I just, at this stage in my life, I cannot keep spending the amount that I have been and the time that I have been to stay relevant in this game. And time is another thing too. Like money, you know, you can always make it, but you can always make more money, but time is something you can't take back. It's not a renewable resource. At some point, you're going to run out of time in your life. So, you know, just thinking about how much time I have to play in this game, I think ever since this game came out, in order to stay relevant, I don't think I've gone to bed before 12 a.m. since starting this game. I mean, I could have, but that would have made me fall behind on a lot of different things. For, you know, some of you guys probably stay past 12 a.m. to, you know, get the island games going. You know, go to battle, start a game so that your island pops up sooner than everyone else's so that you accumulate more wins from defenses, as one example. The daily missions reset at the start of each day, and I'm the kind of person who likes to checklist, you know, take care of something so I don't have to worry about it later. This game, because I'm in a high-level guild and I wanted to stay relevant in this guild and contribute to this guild, so, you know, maintaining a high rank in guild PvP, which, now that I think about it, well, I know for sure is not worth it compared to being high ranked in other content, which takes a lot of time commitment too. Like, right now I'm ranked 21, and I think I probably spent more time trying to get that score than I would like. Yeah, and then what else? At one point I created a checklist of things so I could just like rapid fire get through the content as quick as I could, so that I could, you know, do other things. But this game, like, it's such a huge time sink. I think to do daily missions, to do the island battles, to get like 200 points in guild PvP, get through one run of breakthrough, go through the material dungeon, descent dungeons, raids, all that, it's got to take at least 2 to 3 hours if you don't want to skip anything. And that's not taking into account if you're trying to farm a natural 5 from the descent dungeons. It's going to take you about 45 minutes to clear hard mode, the maximum amount of times required to get the natural 5 that you want. Yeah, it just takes a lot of time. Probably less time for you than it does for me, just because for me, I also help guild members out with clearing the 4th floor raids. And, you know, I take the time to improve on my score so I rank high in raids, and, yeah, all the other content that's in this game. The current state of the game, like I mentioned before, I can see this game lasting a couple years, but I don't think it will ever be on the scale of, say, like Clash of Clans or Hearthstone or any of those well-known mobile games. I think it has the potential to, but I don't think the developers of this game are willing to invest enough time and resources and take the time to organize competitions to make this game exciting for enough people. Yeah, and with the RNG in this game, I just can't imagine. Like, I do have some good friends who are playing at a high level, like Snitchu, who are free to play in this game, no joke. It's possible to be free to play in this game and be at a high level. But from my standpoint, you know, having all these special events pass you by, and also knowing that there's certain avatars, like, you know, the pajama ones for Raven and Yuri, knowing that you can't attain it as a free-to-play player, it's kind of hard to, I don't know, like, my standpoint is, if I'm gonna play a game, I don't want to be missing out on anything. And that obviously is not good for a freemium game. So, you know, coming down to why I'm quitting, the number one thing is the time. Do I have regrets about, you know, what I've spent? I don't. You know, I work 56 hours per week, 7 days. This game, for me, I really enjoy. That's not the issue. The issue is time. I cannot afford to spend as much time as I have been to play this game, and if I'm going to reduce the amount of time and just put up, you know, lackluster results in this, that's not enjoyable for me at that point. For me, I don't really, my time is valuable. I don't put my time towards something unless I'm going to be good at it. And as someone pointed out to me recently, I'm not that good at this game. I'm not that good at this game, and which kind of, I mean, that's okay. I don't expect to be the best, but I didn't want to say this, but I do think that maybe the game's community might not be the best either. Obviously, I've made a lot of good friends here. You know, Croesus, who many of you know as Razor Gaming. I've made good friends with not only people in my guild Popsicle, but also made a lot of friends with people from Mercenary. But I don't know how this happened, but the guild I'm in right now, I guess not many people, there are some guilds that really don't like us because we, I guess, push people around apparently. I mean, I admit I've probably tortured a lot of people on guild PvP, but I mean, my number one thing for this game is just to not only enjoy this game, but help other people enjoy this game. And, like, you know, I'm good friends with a lot of people from Mercenary, and I'm willing to help out other people who aren't in my guild. All the content that I've uploaded, you know, I film these videos. I might not know everything, but I'm willing to share what I know to other people outside my guild so that they can get better and really maximize their enjoyment of this game. Heck, like, you know, I'll be guild PvPing and my opponents are watching my stream to figure out how to beat me. And I don't mind. Like, I think what bothers me is that some people might take it the wrong way. They look at me. I've never been in a position like this before where I've live streamed my gameplay. I don't think I've ever done that before. It's something that's always been on the back of my mind, and I'm really glad I got to experience this, because I think this is something that a lot of people enjoyed. And anyways, I don't know where I was going with that, but for me, I just can't keep putting in the time that I have been. I need to allocate more of my time to other aspects of my life. And I can't keep spending, I just can't keep spending my, my hard-earned resources to continue to enjoy the events. But if I skip the events, I don't enjoy it either. But I think what bothers me the most is probably the RNG. I think the RNG just absolutely is unforgiving. And for those of you guys who are in my guild or have been watching my videos for a long time, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. For a long time I've been waiting for, Limit Broken Kitsune, waiting for my first copy of Malay. It's ridiculous, like, with the amount of time and energy and resources I've spent on this game, I mean, I've unlocked most of the things, except the ones that I need. That's the crazy part. But anyways, closing thoughts. Should you play this game? I think this game is worth playing, and I think you can enjoy it as free to play. But just keep in mind that you'll be pretty much missing out on all the event content. Even if you get lucky, like some of my guildmates, and somehow get one copy of the event dicer from the cube, getting the second copy to limit break that said dicer, you pretty much need a stockpile for a month and a half to be able to spend the necessary amount of gems within that 2-week period to acquire enough of, like, the goggles here to unlock the cube. And for those of you guys who are actually free to play and want to stockpile and actually get 2 copies of this, I've collected the data. You need to spend 45,000 gems to statistically get 2 copies of her. And this takes into account the free cubes and goggles that they give you. If you get unlucky like me, then you may need to spend up to 55,000 gems if you have below average luck in order to get 2 copies of the event dicers. Another thing too, if for the past events, you see these avatars here. I haven't missed a single avatar since the beginning of this game, but certain avatars, let's see, let me show you. Like, say, the raid avatars, for instance, typically for every 2-week interval, they'll have you be able to unlock up to 2 avatars. But if you're free to play, you pretty much need to, you pretty much have to choose one, unless you stockpiled on gems. Which, I mean, that's okay. You don't need all the avatars. You only need 1 master, so it's not a big deal. But I'm just telling you guys, if you're going to go free to play on this game, just letting you know what you'll miss out on. If you're free to play, unless you stockpile for about a month and a half, you won't be able to get 2 copies of the event dicer. The cube dicer, I mean. And you'll need to pick 1 out of 2 of the event avatars unless it's something like the share the event, this this current event, I think this is the only exception where everyone free to play and whatnot, they, so long as they played during this time period, they got both of the swimsuit avatars. But I don't anticipate it'll be like this. What I anticipate happening is they'll return to the format that they did previously, where because there's still 4 more masters, right? I think the day after tomorrow they're going to have 2 more swimsuits and make it so you have to spend 20,000 of these whatever the next cube dicer item will be. I made a prediction during one of my previous videos regarding what the next cube event dicer is, and it's going to be a very good dicer. I think it's going to be the scuba masks I think you need to get. And you're going to, if you want to unlock both of the swimsuit avatars, just hypothetically, for the next event, you're going to need to get 40,000 goggles and forego the event dicer for that. Yeah. I really like this game. It's a really good game, but I just cannot keep up with the time commitment that I've given up until this point to sustain my level of play for this game. And I don't think I would enjoy this game if I was missing events left and right, and I don't think people want to watch a content creator who is, decides to not participate in these, getting these event dicers. But for me, mainly it's the time. And actually, I should probably add focus too, because, the time that and focus you put into this game, it's just, for me, once I finish work, once I, do everything that I want to do in this game, there's not much time left in the day. I think for this game to maintain relevance, I think I've actually I know I've sacrificed sleep, but I think more sleep than, like, it affected my workout a couple times, actually. I would be too tired to properly accommodate for the patients I worked with. And that's not good. That's really not good. So, I had a lot of great experiences with this game. I think there's a lot of great things they've done with this. Obviously the artwork. This is actually my first time really looking at the Armeria swimsuit outfit avatar for this. Yeah, just the artwork is just absolutely, it's really good. And the game is a lot of fun. Actually, one pro I forgot to mention about this game is, a lot of games, they're either you compete against other people or you co-op with other people. There's not really an in-between, but I think this game does a good job of having a balance of both. If you want to go against one versus one against someone, you can do the arena PvP or league PvP. If you want to co-op to clear, event bosses, you got the raids. And here you can co-op with like 2 other people. Raids are a lot of fun. And then guild PvP if you want to go 2 against 2. If you want to, anyways, this game has a lot of cool features, good balance of, what suits, people's tastes with regards to how they want to play this game. So yeah, I think that's about it. What else can I say? I don't know. I'm gonna miss this game, but I'm also gonna miss the people that I've met in this game. You know, I'm gonna miss the people in my guild. I'm gonna miss the people in Mercenary. I've made a lot of good friends with people from Mercenary. I might even talk with more people in Mercenary than I do in Popsicle, ironically. I think most of my viewers are from Mercenary, actually. And, you know, I'm friends with, you know, people from Ace, from Waifus. Croesus came from Gambit to Popsicle. Yeah, some fond memories with this game. It's really good. I don't think I can really continue to enjoy this game if I decrease my time commitment and my resources to stay relevant in this game. Create the kind of content that I want for you guys. I'm not going to do anything drastic like salvage all my dicers to keep myself from coming back. I think I have enough fortitude to, you know, just, you know, once I make a decision, you know, keep my mind on why I'm doing this. Yeah, so for those of you guys watching this who you know, are sad to see me leave, I'm really sorry. I did my best to make this game as enjoyable for you guys as I could by telling you what the game wasn't telling you in terms of like the different mechanics of this game. I've probably done a lot of things that the developers should be doing, which is promote the game better. Like for me, if you go to my so this is the Lord of Dice US channel. They have 85 subscribers. I think I have almost half as many subscribers as this channel does. And their posts on Facebook and Twitter are really sparse. And actually, if you scroll down on the app, like, you know how there's typically like the headquarters of the game developers, there's not, I don't think there is even a headquarter in like the US or Europe or that sort of thing. I think that this game, they may have just translated it and ported it in English. So that makes me, for me, I really want them to have some sort of event that you could go to, where you could compete, kind of like in Hearthstone or Clash of Clans at one point. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that here. I'm trying to find it. Well, this is their cosplay event, but in one of their previous posts, they did have some events that you could go to. So, anyways, I think I think my guild is going to be pretty disappointed because, especially these past 2 weeks, I've helped a lot of guild members out with getting better at this game, clearing, you know, the 4th floor raids, and helping them get points in PvP, guild PvP. And I think the leader of Popsicle, I've volunteered more of my time to help with, you know, managing certain things with our guild. So I have to tell her I have to tell her tonight that I'm quitting. Yeah. Yeah. This game has a lot of potential, but I think with how little the game developers have done to improve certain aspects of this game, whether it be the RNG or... Now, I know I keep comparing to Hearthstone, and the reason I do this is because Hearthstone was the game I played before coming to this. Because I was sick and tired of things like my collection rotating out of standard, so I was like, well, you know, with Lord of Dice Global, things are not going to rotate out. I hope not, but Hearthstone, you know, they have a very vibrant tournament community. They have a lot more content creators. The developers give back to the community for people who invest a lot of their time and commitment to this game, make it fun for everyone, you know, show everyone that, oh, you thought this game could achieve this, reach this level, you know, look at what we can, where we can take it. I think that's what makes Hearthstone so exciting to play even to this day. But with Lord of Dice Global, like, I don't think there's something like that, right? I don't think they're going to have tournaments here. If, say, hypothetically I had gone through with actually seriously playing this game on Twitch, I don't think I could have gotten very far. Not because I wasn't willing to, but because I don't think the developers have promoted this game or invested in this game enough to make something like that happen. Yeah, I think this is something I need to do, but I really enjoyed this game. I don't regret the time that I spent, the money I spent to enjoy this game. I think it was well worth it. And like I mentioned before, everything I spent in this game, whether it be time or money, everything was budgeted. This wasn't some spending spree that I went on. It was all pre-calculated. And I didn't spend any resources on the event dicers unless I was 100% sure that I would unlock 2 copies of her. Or I wouldn't... basically, whatever I spent in times and resources, I made sure that I would achieve that reward. The only thing that absolutely killed me was the RNG. The RNG in this game, I think, was super unforgiving for me. I never unlocked the 2nd copy of Kitsune. I never got my 1st copy of Malite. I've gotten almost everything else, as you can see, with the exception of the first couple cube event dicers that I skipped earlier when this game first started. Yes, cool. So, I think for me, my job's number one, uh, and also relationship number two. Sleep. In order to maintain the level of play that I have been for this game, I've lost a lot of sleep. And I think that because I'm currently the one creating the most content for this game, so there is a certain expectation that I feel that I need to meet in order for my channel to be worthy of watching. And I just don't think I can do it if I, decrease the amount of time I spend on this game, if I just, half-ass my guides. I don't think people want to see a content creator who isn't, taking advantage of all the events. And cool, I did think about that. I've thought about it for the past few days, but I just can't. I don't casually play games. if and I'm actually very picky about the games I play as well. Maybe in one given year I play 3 to 4 games max. Because typically when I play a game, I like to be really good at it. And even if, I don't have to be the best, but I should be able to enjoy the endgame content. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I think this game will definitely survive another year or two, for sure. I think that this game has a lot of positives to it. The voice acting, the artwork. I think the voice acting they've slacked off a bit because starting from, I think, the 13th floor of Infinity Tower, there's no more voice acting. And looking ahead, I don't think they plan on bringing an event, like a live event for this game in a tournament format or whatnot. That's actually, I think, what would. Actually, I don't even know if that would be enough to keep me in this game, but it would, I think, really help this game have a larger player base. And it's not just this game that I'm quitting, actually. I think I'm quitting gaming for good. Just like completely quit. Yeah, a really big decision. I've quit gaming several times in my life, but I think this time, at this stage in my life, I really have to prioritize. I want to work towards something that lasts, not something that could potentially, disappear. Yeah, so anyways, guys, I'm really sorry. I know a lot of people, especially this past week, have discovered my channel. There are some people, some followers who have started playing the game and asked me, what they should do to keep up or to catch up with, the veterans of this game. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's possible. Like, if you can enjoy this game without being hardcore with it, then I don't think there's any reason to quit. If up until this point you've spent no more than 2 hours on this game, then I think that I don't think it's gonna really affect your, I think it's worth continuing to play. But for me, man, I was putting some serious hours in this game. Like, yeah, and yeah. But anyways, it's almost midnight. I have to tell my guild leader about my decision. Yeah, and like I mentioned before, I'm not going to do anything crazy like fortify all my dicers to make sure I never come back again. Probably I won't be giving away my account either. I think this is just a 3-month memory of mine that I really enjoyed this game, and I wish I could keep playing it, but there's only 24 hours in a day, and I've already committed 56 hours per week towards my work, which doesn't leave much left for sleep and relationship and other important things that I really should be spending more time on. So, and I won't delete my channel. People who are joining this game for the first time and need to look something up but can't seem to find it anywhere else aside from Korean websites or Japanese websites, they can find it on my channel. And the nice thing about the Lord of Dice global community is that people are willing to help each other out. So for those of you guys who are stumbling across this game for the first time, join a guild, join Discord, and you can really have fun with this game. There's lots to do, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun game. And hopefully RNG will be with you, or working for you, not against you. For me, I did my best with the RNG that was bestowed upon me. Yeah, I did have a person stop by my channel and say that I was really bad at this game and that I should be ranked a lot higher in all content than I am now because of how much time and resources I've spent. But guys, like, I work 56 hours per week, and I'm amazed that I've been able to rank as high as I have been. And this is in large part thanks to people, notably Croesus. Croesus, if you're watching this, thank you so much for making this game so enjoyable for me. Yeah, but I don't half-ass anything that I do. I cannot enjoy this game and suck at this game at the same time. It doesn't work for me. And I think at this stage in my life, I really need to quit. Not just Lord of Dice Global, but just gaming in general. Before I played this game, before I played Hearthstone, whenever I got a game, like for PS4 for instance, I never had time to play it. You won't believe this when I tell you this, but or it'll sound crazy, but when I come home from work, I'm too tired to game. Like, there's a bunch of games that I got but never played, like Final Fantasy 15. I think, after work, I just did not have the energy to get through the first dungeon. That might sound silly, but yeah. Anyways, guys, this is it. Thank you so much, Zeratol. Zeratol, if you can tell, you know, your guildmates and Mercenary, I'll name them off right now. Snitchu, if you can tell Snitchu thank you for being such a good sport. Thank Shaysly for helping me out with runes in the beginning of the game. Shaysly and I, we started in the same guild. Yeah, and he helped me a lot with this game initially. I made a lot of mistakes that if Shaysly hadn't corrected me, then I would have been a lot worse at this game. Yeah, Big Ho, Angel Dono, I apologize to you two for the guild PvP, but you know, I've always, you know, it was not out of, oh, you know, we're in opposite guilds, so, you know, it was never like that. Never like that. What else do I want to say? I want to thank the people in my guild, Popsicle, for being such great people. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys in Discord. I know, or I'm not even sure if this is true or not. Maybe it's just a few people, but anyways, actually, I think I'll just keep it to myself. But anyways, great guild. I had a lot of fun conversations and clearing content with you guys. Yeah, I think that is it. This is going to be my last chance. I'm thinking, is there anything else I want to say? I've already said I really like this game. I think it's a great game. It's just unfortunate that the developers... If I was the developer, I could make this game so much better. I mean, it's already a really good game, but it could be even better. Yeah. But even with as good as this game is, I cannot continue to commit as much time and resources as I have been. I need to prioritize. I think part of the reason why I've played this game for 3 months as long as I have is because even though people may be in different guilds, but I feel like there is some camaraderie, you know, people are helping each other out. I don't know which guild Master Dawn is, but I know he's helped a lot of people, including Croesus, who in turn helped me, who I in turn tried to help as many people as I could. Because at the end of the day, I think my #1 goal with my channel was to keep the game alive. And I felt that if someone did not step up and create content, document, you know, all the events that have transpired, people wouldn't know about it 2-3 months from now, a year from now. Yeah. Yeah, this is really sad. But I think, you know, I've thought about this for a long time, and I think this is what I must do. So anyways, guys, for those of you who have subscribed to me, thank you so much for making this game enjoyable. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch me. I know a lot of you follow me with every live stream, taking time out of your day to, say hi. Made this game so much fun for me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like I mentioned before, I'll keep my channel up to help people who may be joining this game for the first time. Also to keep the fond memories of this game as well. For those of you guys who, PvP'd against me or joined me for raids, Zeratul, I know you're in some of these videos as a Snitchu and a lot of people from Mercenary, people from Popsicle, people from different guilds. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. No regrets with the time I've put in, no regrets with the money I put in. I think it was well spent, although I probably won't continue. Well, I know for sure after tonight I won't continue spending that. My birthday's coming up, so I think there's a lot of things I want to achieve in life that I need to really prioritize now. But just because I'm making this decision doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice gaming, like, okay, never again touch it. I mean, that's my decision, and I am almost 100% sure I'm going to stick with it. Unless, like, my kids someday wanted to game, then, obviously I'll play with them. But that's pretty much the only exception at this point. Yeah, other than that, yeah, this is it. This is it, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything, for making this game really enjoyable. If in the off chance the developers stumble upon this game or this channel, which I highly doubt, but if they did, if any of you developers are watching this, from Kakao, from Angel Games, make the RNG a little more forgiving. Other games like Hearthstone, they have the ability where you can, salvage things for dust to accumulate enough to exchange for a dicer or a card that you desperately need to make your team click. And then maybe have a way to change the move number on the dicers so that you can use all the dicers that you want in the same team. Also make the events, if you're going to maintain the cost of the event dicers, extend it to a month. You can stagger the events. Don't just limit to, like, you could do where maybe the Rock Crawler Cube event would go from the start of April to the end of April, and then the next event, the next Cube event, make it start 2 weeks afterwards and make that last a month. That way people can decide, okay, for the free-to-play players, am I going to spend the 40k gems that I've accumulated to go towards Rock Crawler, or to go towards, whatever the next event dicer will be. I would highly recommend for the developers of this game to consider holding live events. I think maybe budget will be tight in the beginning because there isn't a super huge player base right now, but I think that would be a worthy investment towards attracting more people. Gotta have tournaments to make it fun. What else? Make the guild PvP rewards better. Seriously, the guild PvP rewards are so bad. Like, there's not really a motivation to... I mean, guild PvP itself is fun. I actually really enjoyed guild PvP, but the rewards need to be a lot better. These guild coins need to be used for something aside from opening dungeons. What else? have more cinematics in this game, not just having speech bubbles. And if you're not going to add cinematics to this game, at least for Infinity Towers 13 or higher, add the voice acting like you did for floors 1 through 13. There's no reason why the cutscene should be completely silent. And keep up the great work with the artwork. I think the artwork in this game is top notch. There aren't that many games I can think of that are as pretty as this game here. There's clearly been a lot of thought put into the artwork. Yeah. Alright guys, that's about it. This is my last video. I'll keep my YouTube channel up so that for newcomers or for people who, I've played content with, want to, reflect, go back to memory lane, I'll keep it up for you guys. Okay, that's about it. Take care. Oh, this is so sad. I was planning on only making this video 10 minutes and it's an hour and 10 minutes. This is crazy. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.